Good day, my fellow ambassadors of love and light. Glad you are all here today for part two of our beloved Mastermind. And yes, it is a mastermind. And every day, in every way, we are benefiting from it. This is a while ago. I've been back. I am tapping into the Jojan GIN Experience in a new unit of time. Glad you all here, my beloved brothers and sisters, and all new family members. I welcome you to our beloved movement worldwide, the Global Information Network, where you can reach sovereignty, wealth, and freedom in body, mind, and soul. And the success recipe is very simple: be, do, and have. Of course, when you see bees outside, the buzz, it means they're in their beingness. And when you're beingness, you're tapping into your isness, your inner isness, you, the inner you. When you tap into inner you, you're in alignment with source, and then the doing doesn't feel like work. You just love doing it. And having is the byproduct or the gift for your beingness, the positive byproduct of your inner happiness. So glad you're all here, and let's step into part two of this amazing nugget of gold that I'm going to share with you this week in a new year unit of time. And if you're looking forward, I will be in Germany end of the month to giving a seminar training with the clusters, with Peter and Claudia Custer. You're all welcome to come there. Just check out ginevents.com and you're all welcome. It's open for everyone. It's the last Sunday of March. Very excited. So see you all in Germany. And also before that, I will be celebrating with my beloved brothers and sisters of I Empower in Kosovo. So if you love to come there, just send me a message and let's connect. So as you maybe know and maybe not know, I'm a member in GIN since 2012. Officially 2010, I joined. And I have to say, truly amazing journey. The best decision I've ever made in my life so far. There's always new opportunities coming away, but I'm truly grateful and appreciate it every day in every way. And as you maybe know or don't know, we have released officially the Success Mastercourse Level 7. It's not for the faint-hearted, but when you get to the process, you will live to feel beyond your wildest imagination. I really honor Tom and Blaine and Ted and KT of releasing level 7 within GIN. It's a true gift. And the level 8 will be released soon. So I'm excited about that tremendously. I highly endorse you, if you're a member in GIN, to climb up in the levels. Do it your own time and speed. Make sure that you're doing the test on every level so you can see your score, because you have to know your score, because results tell the truth, right? And when you see that you're in the 98% of knowing the answers of each test on each level, you go to the next. If you are considering and you are in the process to become a member in GIN, I highly endorse you to reach out to a mentor in GIN or join GIN. This month is a great opportunity to join for half of the invitation fee, only $249, and you can join, and then $150 a month. But the great thing is you also get a ticket to our next Dream Weekend in Denver, Colorado, and you're gonna get the audios and recordings and videos from our Punta Cana event, truly amazing information shared on stage. But most importantly, you're getting a mentor. And yes, and no, you need or don't need a mentor. But in the beginning, I highly endorse you to have a mentor. Of course, only you don't need a mentor because ultimately you listen to yourself. It means you have removed all the filters of programs, apostles, beliefs, and habits that no longer serve you as good, and you are in pure connection with source. But in the beginning, you're still mining in all that dirt for a few ounces of gold, And it's really handy to have a mentor on your side to speed up the process. Again, it only will speed up the process if you are willingly doing the work. Doesn't mean you just meditate and then magically poof, your life will change, but it will definitely make your life go faster. So, especially in GIN, if you join GIN, you become a member GIN, there's a plethora of audios and trainings and webinars available at your disposal, at your mental fingertips. But the thing is, where do you start? And there is where the mentor kicks in. He's like the DJ of GIN. And then by asking the right questions, he finds out what you really desire, and then give you the right audio book, events, webinars, and trainings that can help you in your journey towards your dreams, goals, and desires. Because GIN is not about their dreams or goals and desires. It's about what GIN can do for you, what a mentor can do for you to make your dreams and desires come true. Because if you help enough other people to get what they want, you get what you really want. And the secret of life is giving, but also receiving recognition on both sides of the menu. Dus I highly endorse to join us because we are officially in our 10-year anniversary. So as you all know, our beloved Jojan Yeast is releasing the Sip of Gin. And today's Sip of Gin, thoughts are things. And thoughts have mass. Thoughts have mass, have physical mass. If you can pour it into a cup. But really it's non-physical mass, but it still has mass. And I do that for a reason, because thoughts are powerful. Thoughts create your reality. But the magic really happens when a thought connects with the heart. Because the heart is the feeling, the magic glue that makes a thought more powerful, so you can say more poof into this reality. Very powerful. To connect the brain with the heart or the mind with the heart is very powerful. But I mean mind energy with heart energy. Brain, heart, physical energy. Brain is the analogical computer that takes care of all your basic analogical needs, make sure the body functions every day in the greatest miracle of existence. And then the mind is the digital computer that has all the programs, the beliefs, the apostles, the habits that run 24 hours, 7 days a week. And it's really your firewall between you and source, or the field of the mind, or the matrix of the mind. This is really good you have a mind, because if you didn't have a mind, you will probably fry your brain. Because you're getting too much downloads. That's why some people go cuckoo, because they're having a huge access to information. And your brain is just melting down like a CPU in a computer, and it just gets fried. Right? This is really good. Your mind is the translator or the communicator between other field, or the collective consciousness, or the field of the matrix of the mind. So it will become the translator, and then it's send it back to the brain, and the brain translate it into your 5 senses of experience. It's very powerful to have a mind. More about that later today. So in the Sip of Gin today, your thoughts are so important towards your success. Just ponder, think for a moment. All successful people had a thought. Everything you sit on these days, a chair, the house you're living in, the computer you are using, the smartphone you're using in this moment, maybe a pen, or your phone, or your watch, whatever you use these days was someone else's dream. You bought a copy of his imagination. The workshop of the mind is imagination. Just everything you see around you was someone else's success. You are surrounded by successes. Even Edison failed 10,000 times to create a light bulb, he found really 10,000 ways to create the working light bulb. Of course, when you look at things, things change. It's all perception of things. And most people are conditioned to focus on what they don't want. And you ask, why are we doing that? That is what the image makers have installed in us, and we, in GIN and many other organizations, are reclaiming our power and start re-imaging ourselves, or our own self-image. But that starts already on school, right? Because school, you only learn you have a brain. They didn't tell the school you have a mind, right? And especially, they didn't tell in school that thoughts are things, have mass. Your brain can alter physical reality. It's proven by Dr. Orimoto, the water doctor, right? They put the thought into water, they freeze the water, slice it, and you can see the crystalline structure of that thought form in water. Of course, water, also called ether. Water can collect and store information. We are 80% water. Your brain is mainly fat tissue, but it's still surrounded by water for protection, or a jelly substance. The thoughts are things. Who are you? Who are you to yourself? Who are you to yourself? Everything you think and say and do vibrates through thought. When you want to know the secrets of the universe, everything is energy, frequency, vibration. We humans have the amazing ability to create specific frequencies, vibration, energies. Means we can change other things like stones, crystals, plants. They emitting a constant frequency of vibration in their creation. If you believe in something, for the better or worse, you set it in motion. Of course, energy is in motion. Your thoughts are in motion. They are the most powerful transmitter and receiver of energy, frequency, and vibration in the universe. To our knowledge this far. Don't go further the other, that's not a seminar. But in this moment of time, that's what we know. But we know about. We don't know it, we know about it in this unit of time. Because we're always expanding, always growing into the next, next. Second, emotions are in motion. You are always in motion, you're never standing still, you're never stuck. Even your experience in your mind, the false evidence appearing real, the fear that you are stuck or stagnated. But that's just an illusion of the mind. You're always in motion because your mind creates trillions of ions and particles and movement and sparks and connections and dendrites. It's constantly firing trillion bits of data constantly. That is the first step to success or failure and flows every step of the way. Living your life with the feel good now. The number one goal you have to have every day in the is to feel good now, or at least feel better now, is having an outlook of feel good now and also apply the principle as if. Because this principle sends a positive vibration through the universe. You are the universe and the universe is you. You were created out of stardust. But it's very important, if you're playing the role as if principle, playing someone that you are not yet or becoming, it's very important that you feel in alignment with the character or personality that you play. Very important. If you don't feel good about it, then it is more counterproductive than productive. Very, very important part. At times we will be feeling guilty, and at times we have to let go of feeling guilty and negativity. The best thing you can do is to become conscious of your thoughts. So when you have a thought, oh, it's so awful weather outside. That's a thought pattern. You take constant responsibility. You say cancel, cancel. Every day in every way, the weather becomes better and better. Or you can say every day in every way, I am getting better and better. Every time you're having a negative thought, and thought that is not serving you as good, you have to cancel and release it and nullify it out instantly. They call it the 10-second miracle. Taking 100% responsibility for everything in your life. Dus are you, in this moment, aware consciously of your thoughts? Are you? Are you make yourself more self-aware as a part of your everyday life? Because self-awareness is key in succeeding your dreams, goals, and desires. If you really pay attention to what is going on in your conscious mind, you can turn a negative thought into a positive one. That's why KT is in your wish command hammering. Do EFT, do TFT, do BEST, do Mary Miller, do I Ching, do the Sedona method, emotion freedom technique, thought field therapy. Whatever release technique you do it obsessively. This will speed up your creating and manifestation process. Of course, the BS, the bullshit, your belief systems are just, all that bullshit is on top of your dream, goal, and desire, and you try to move forward. There's too much weight on it. And you're digging in dirt and dirt because you're looking for all the things but you don't want, all the lack of it. You will never find the goals. And when you get so close to the goals, some of you just surrender, quit, give up. You're so close for striking gold. But you have to dig. And in Marmilla, we live in a world in pee and poo, right? But you have to dig for gold. Keep digging all the BS, all the bullshit you have to release that no longer serve your high is good. Remember, the conscious mind controls the subconscious mind. Even it's not a correct title, subconscious mind, but more about that later in the high levels of GIN. When a negative thought comes to you, ask yourself if it is beneficial one to you. I'm not saying that you should live in denial and put your head in the sand and just let someone just grab you from the back. No, confront it, but at least release the negative feeling, connect to it, and start feeling better. Make certain you take care of all that you need to take care of. Success doesn't happen by magic. It's done by doing, by taking action. Thoughts, whatever the mind of man can conceive and bring itself to believe, it can achieve. Bring mind and heart energies together. But limit negativity and turn it around. What are you doing every day in a way to turn your negative experience around? Are you just let those seeds, those weeds, multiply and grow and overweeding your mind? Or are you every day unweeding your mind for all the bad weeds or all the bad seeds that were planted? Of course, we are 24/7 this week bombarded by the image makers and our friends and family and co-workers and audios and media and whatever it's there, social media, internet, but negative programming. Of course, they want us to be picking cotton, being in the rat race, making their dreams and desires come true. Why are you not making your dreams, goals, and desires come true? That is by changing your attitude and changing your self-image. Affirmations and positivity are a great way to win against those thoughts. Are you using affirmations every day in a way? Do you feel the affirmation when you state it out loud? Of course, you bring more vibration, you program your whole being, or you say the affirmation within the mind's eye. Affirmation is an intention, a command, an order that you give. If you feel sad, you can maybe say, may I feel more happy now? Automatically give the order. Or you can say, you command yourself, I'm happy now. You command. Your wish is your command. You're not begging, wishing, hoping. You're commanding. Do you have an arsenal ready for positive affirmations? Or you have to think about it. You just miss your opportunity, 10-second miracle. It's clinically proven by Stanford University. If they put a positive feeling emotion with a negative picture, every time they see the picture again, they start smiling and feel happy. Because if you have something negative happening and you can flip it into positive, every time it reoccurs, it's a positive in the mind. 10 seconds. Thus, affirmations and positivity are great wins against those thoughts. Also, doing something that you love. How you do every day something that you really love. Most of you are just working for money, and some of you are not really pleased and happy with your provider or your boss or your company you're working for, and some are delighted and happy, with that being as working as an employee. But are you happy? And I don't decide to quit your job today and do something that you love. No, keep your job, keep your money income stable, and then start in your free time, start creating to do something that you really, really love to do. Of course, this brings you in alignment with source, alignment with your higher self, with your beingness, and this creates new inspiration and downloads into your being. Surround yourself with beauty and nature and loving. Are you going in nature on a regular basis? Are you laugh throughout the day? Laughter is the best medicine. Surround yourself with like-minded people. I know, you say, oh, I didn't choose my family. No, but you did on a soul level for specific reasons. More about it later in the high levels of GIN. But the great thing is, if you become a man with GIN, you can choose your family of like-minded brothers and sisters that are in alignment and pulling for you. And really there for you. Do you meditate? Pray. Don't pray when the shit hits the fan. Prayer is very simple. You're just giving thanks in advance, or giving thanks for all the things you're thankful, grateful, appreciate, and blessed for. Don't beg, please, please help me, I need $50,000. That's not praying, that's begging, okay? Place the order, you're giving commands. And always, when I pray or I do my gratitude ritual, I will start with the non-tangible first. Most people start with all the tangible. I'm great, I'm thankful and grateful. I have a home, a bed, food. That's all the physical things. But start with all the non-physical. Breathing. Maybe the mind. The feeling of love, feelings and emotions. Your inner beingness, your inner essence. Always go within and then go without. Of course, we are so conditioned to give thanks to things outwards. But we have to be thankful for the things inwards. You can maybe give thanks to all your organs. You can be very general and very specific. I'm so thankful, great. My heart beats every day in every way in perfect vibration, in perfect harmony, and serves me well and nutrients my body with oxygen every day, easily and heavily. You can be very more specific. If you go outside of yourself, or be thankful, great, appreciate, and blessed, always go be more specific. I'm thankful I got a mom. Okay. Why are you thankful for your mother? Why are you thankful for your dad? And if you have things that you don't appreciate in your mom and dad or your family members, then paraphrase and flip it in the positive. Look always for the gold, always look for the good in everyone. They're just facilitators, messengers, so you don't have to live how they live. They're just reflections. Be thankful. Say thank you often to the day. And please, thank you. Go on a vacation. But Not like an intensive, you visit 25 countries in 1 week. No. Go on a real vacation where you can slow down. Really be fully in this glorious moment. Do all of the activities and then you allow to get overshadowed by life. When it comes to your life and positive thinking, eat the dessert first. Taste the sweet nectar of life every day in every way. Very, very powerful indeed to understand. That's why plant every day and every way as many positive seeds as you can. Because that will really harvest, and when you fertilize in your body, you harvest the most positive fruits of your labor. Do you take a mental shower on a regular basis to clean and purify the mind? Very, very powerful. Of course, there's so much counter-intention in this reality that you really love and adore to nurse and fertilize those seeds that you plant. Some need intense fires to sprout and germinate and plant. But there's all a lot of pesticides that are thrown on your crops, and your seeds that you plant will die. Because you really have to cleanse and purify on a regular basis. Whereas your dreams are stolen, most by yourself and by others on a regular basis. Just really take care of your mind. Keep it clean. You take better care of your car or your body, but not the mind, the inner works. Something to ponder, something to think about. Most of you, and some of you, have read Think and Grow Rich. It doesn't say work hard and grow rich. Think and grow rich. You say with me out loud. May I think and grow rich now. May I think and grow rich now. May I think and grow rich now. Simple command, but powerful results. In this chapter of Think and Grow Rich, they talk about chapter 10 about the Mastermind. It talks about organized knowledge and source of knowledge. And in life we have infinite intelligence, that means the non-physical. So more like source knowledge, maybe contacted through the produced or described in other chapters of this book. But you using the aid of creative imagination, just the non-physical, the formless stuff, infinite intelligence. Then you have another way of creating wisdom and knowledge inside of you, is by accumulating experiences. That's another way of integrating. You accumulate experience of man by seeing, hearing, doing, copying, and cloning. And then you doing that way by experiences. And then you have experiment and research through scientifically research. Dus those are different ways of accommodating and integrating wisdom and knowledge. Remember, we know about a lot of things, but we don't know things really well. There's a very small percent of people that really have a knowingness. I know about things. I'm getting to know every day in every way. Of course, I'm in the process of getting it. You never get it, because then you're whole and complete, you're transcended. You moved on. Say, toodaloo, see you. Dus you have infinite intelligence, accumulated experiences, and experience and research. But all use creative imagination, the workshop of the mind. And there's a lot of confusion. What is a mastermind? A lot of people pay $50,000, $100,000 for a mastermind. And to come together, maybe once or twice or 3 or 4 times a year, talk about all their problems. And when the dinner table is complete and we all had great dinner and we talk about all the problems we had, I'm just going to give the paper to my friend that's already flat broke. Say, can you take care of the bill? Thank you. That's not a mastermind. That's a round table session where you discuss problems or challenges or issues that need to be addressed. They're called a round table session. That's nothing a mastermind. A mastermind is where one or two people come together, you and another person, or maybe a third person, come together in perfect harmony. And the difference is with the other first roundtable mastermind, or what they so-called mastermind, you have to join my mastermind to take care of my problems. It's very selfishness. In the other form, in the harmonious form, you come together to pull and support and be for each other in the mastermind. See the difference? You have to join my mastermind to make my dreams come true, and you have to pay $50,000. Who can join that mastermind? Are you cuckoo? Some people do, because they don't know what the mastermind is. But it happens, they learn. But the real mastermind, you come together in harmony for the benefit of the greater good of all in the mastermind. So that's a little different definition. And you have a physical mastermind. And physical mastermind is more where physical people come together. A person, you, surround yourself by advice and counsel and by personal cooperation of a group of men and women who are willing to lend him or herself wholeheartedly aid in the spirit of perfect harmony. This is a form of cooperative alliance, and this is very powerful basis to nearly every great fortune. Means fortune in wealth, health, happiness, and riches. You have to understand Think and Grow Rich and the Law of Success in 60 Lessons were mainly written for creating riches, wealth, and prosperity. But it goes beyond that. Your understanding of this great truth may definitely determine your financial status or health, wealth, or happiness. But again, in perfect harmony. There's a group of men, there's physical people in bodies come together on a regular basis to have a meet and greet, to have a mastermind, and support each other to make each other's dreams, goals, and desires come to fruition. Maybe do some clearing when it's done, when there's certain resistance in the mastermind. There's the economic feature is obvious. An economic adventure may be created by any person who surrounds himself with advice, counsel, and personal cooperation of a group of men who are willing to let them wholeheartedly aid in the spirit of perfect harmony. It's very, very powerful. Harmony is key. There will be some debates and discussions, but it's for the greater good. Very, very powerful indeed. Then you have the non-physical mastermind, also called a psychic phase of the mastermind. The non-physical, the formless stuff. And mastermind is also called by Napoleon Hill a council. And the psychic phase of the mastermind principle is much more abstract, much more difficult to comprehend, because it is and has a reference to the spiritual forces which the human race as a whole is not well acquainted. You may catch a significant suggestion from this statement. No two minds ever come together without thereby creating a third invisible, intangible force which may be linked to a third mind. That's why a couple in general are much more powerful when they're in harmony, most of the time, to creating in harmony. Two brains become three. It's very powerful to create. That's why also what Napoleon Hill talks about in Outwitting the Devil thanks to the mind with his wife, he was able to have the battle with the devil. He was really thankful, great that he has another half to be the third mind together. Dus you have to say two minds ever come together without thereby creating a third invisible, intangible force which may be linked to a third mind. That's why come together as a mastermind group is very powerful, because you're creating a new collective mind that's putting and supporting for the greater good of all. This is non-physical mastermind. Dus for example, if you cannot meet and greet on the physical form, still over the phone or Skype or WhatsApp or whatever media you use, you can still come together and create a mastermind, because you are an omnipotent being. Your energy is ever there, everywhere, instantly, systemically, everywhere. Dus you can come physically together or non-physically and create a mastermind that way. You're getting similar results. It's very, very powerful to understand that. But we're going to talk about today a little bit about the non-physical, because that's for most people hocus pocus, and some people think it's scary, but it's not, because all wealthy and all successful rich people and wealthy people and entrepreneurs that become super duper successful all use this principle of the non-physical mastermind or the psychic mastermind. Your mind is a form of energy, a part of it's being spiritual. Dus again, the brain is inside the skull, the mind's energy outside of you is just like from spiritual nature. When the minds of two men are coordinated in a spirit of harmony, the spirit units of energy of each mind form an affinity, which constitutes into the psychic phase of the mind, the third mind. Dus this is very powerful concept, because we assume that we came here to learn, reading books, go to school, go to university. We need to learn new skills, techniques, more books, more audios, more mentors. But the secret is you are already all-knowing, all-loving, all-light. You are already created in the image of the Creator. You are perfect. But we are conditioned that we need all wisdom and knowledge outside of us. But that is that we mainly focus on the physical brain. That we need outside information to empower our lives. Even the outside stuff is mainly energy, fixed vibration. So I'm not saying education is not a good thing, or university, or reading books. Those are great tools to start you in the journey, but ultimately you're going within, and you start listening ultimately to yourself. It morphs into listening ultimately to yourself. You only take orders from yourself, and then you tap into the field of the mind, of the collective consciousness, where you can tap into all the wisdom knowledge that you seek, because you came here to remember who you are. You didn't come here to learn anything. You are conditioned and believe that you have to learn everything, but really you came here to remember who you are. Who are you? You're a spiritual being, you're a spiritual nature. But when you start tapping into the mastermind, the non-physical one, you can tap into wisdom knowledge beyond your wildest imagination. You can have access that is not available to anyone. And if you have access, if you're kind-hearted, share with the world, because your knowledge and wisdom can impact positively all people all around the world. Dus I'm going to be more about non-physical mastermind. And I want to share some quotes with you. Have peace in knowing, dear ones, that we are all composed of energy. Energy never dies. It is always changing and transforming. Molly Friedfeld. And Albert Einstein said, energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be changed from one form to another. Dus your thoughts are energy. It means they never die. They're permanently. Every thought you have will be installed in the acoustic records, in the collective consciousness, into the field, into the matrix of the mind, and there your thought will be there forever. You want to see and understand why it's so important to put more positive thoughts into the field, because there are many more negative thoughts in the field than positive ones. You understand why it's sometimes so challenging to create your reality, because there's so much counter broadcasting against your will. You have an ability in the high levels of GIN to break that broadcast from the field. Cut the cord. Very powerful when you release that broadcast against your will, because then you can go more listen to your true potential, your true inner knowing. Because every thought, every idea is permanent, because thoughts are energy, and energy never dies. So keep that in mind, that every thought that you think is absolutely permanent. Think about this for a moment. Every thought is permanent. Your thoughts are omnipotent, means they everywhere at the same time. It means your thought will impact everyone in existence in this reality, in time and space. Oh, I just had a fight with my neighbor. It don't affect me and my neighbor. No, it affects the whole world and the whole universe and galaxies. And it is installed into the thought field, or the matrix, or ether, or the collective consciousness, or the acoustic record, whatever you want to call it. Think about it. Every thought is permanent. What about thoughts of people that have gone before you? Where do you think they are at? Well, where do you think they are? And when you think where they are, those thoughts of all the people that went before you are still there. Albert Einstein, Martin Luther King, Gandhi, Buddha, whoever you have in mind, all the great minds are into the mind field. But also your DNA has all the wisdom knowledge from all your ancestors that went before you, all the kings, queens, empires, all the wise men and women are in your DNA. You are a working library. That's why ultimately you start listening to yourself. It morphs to listening to you. Have a console with yourself. A mastermind is a console. They called also well a kind of a matrix where all thoughts of great people have claimed to be able to tap into that matrix. There's all successful people like Andrew Carnegie, Napoleon Hill, all the successful people were able to tap into that field, the mind field. Not but a field of minds, of brains or minds coming together. And in the field you have the greatest thoughts from all greatest people who have ever lived in the past. All are there at your disposal. You just have to tap into it. You may ask, how do I tap into that? That's a good question. People who have lived in the past, who do you know that is lived in the past, that creates something wonderful, to create something magnificent, that did something absolutely astounding, that you're impressed by, that you would like to learn from, even though they are gone? Is somewhere in your life, and someone is living or not living? Because you can also tap into the minds of living people, beings, that have inspired you. You don't have envy, you don't have jealousy, that is a counter vibration, but you admire. You don't want to become like them, you're just integrating their wisdom and knowledge and make it yours. You came here to become you. You didn't become a carbon of someone else. There's someone that's living or not living that you highly admire, where you like to learn from. You, on the other side, have full access to tap into that more and faster than you can ever imagine. Second, in the Mastermind, the chapter Mastermind, it talks about the Mastermind may be defined as a coordination of knowledge and effort in a spirit harmony between two or more people for attaining a divine or definite purpose. KT talks about in the last audio that he released in Washington DC before he went on well-deserved holiday. You can get this audio, just go to ktlegaldefense.com and then you can get the audio. Or you can go to my website, purelovefoundation.com. You can get the audio from his last audio that he shared with all of us. He talks very deeply and profoundly about what the Mastermind really is. It's highly endorsed audio that I highly endorse to purchase. Just send an email to ktlegaldefense.com. You find the email information in my website and also the first chapter of his Nugget of Gold. They're truly profound. One of the best teachings so far. But in this Mastermind, KT talks about at least 1 or 2 people in your Mastermind, but ultimately you can go to 6 or 7 people in your Mastermind. And it's another technique we release in our Lives with GIN, how to really amplify the Mastermind. But today I'm going to share something that is not shared within GIN, but maybe is somewhere in the field. Dus ultimately a Mastermind is 1 or 2 people, you and another person, between 2 or more people. Dus at least you and another physical being, human, or non-physical. You choose. And then you can expand, that KT talks about in this audio, to up to 6 or 7 people in your Mastermind. But also Napoleon Hill talks about the importance of singleness of purpose, a burning desire, a magnificent obsession, and concentration is the key. Focus creates success. Dus for a lot of you, you start thinking about imaginary masterminds, and then you're creating a mastermind of 2 or more people. And that's a great idea, but the biggest challenge we have these days in society is focus. The mind cannot be at 2 places at the same time, but we do it. The mind goes back and forth to different places. Sometimes, where are you? Right? So, I'm here. Yeah, really? Are you really here? Right? It's very important to understand that the mind has to be in one place to really become more powerful, because concentration is key. Focus creates success. And less 2% of the population is really focused. We are bombarded with distractions these days in life. That's why in High Levels of GIN, we really recommend to disconnect from certain things in your daily life to be more focused, put the blinders on. But when you create a mastermind with 6 or 7 people, you have to create different masterminds with different purpose. Dus let's say you have a health concern that is challenging you on a regular basis, then creating a health mastermind. If money is a challenge on a regular basis, create a mastermind for money. If you have a challenge in relationship, create a relationship mastermind. You should create different masterminds for different purpose, specific desires that you have. Very important. You create different masterminds for specific purposes in life. But I highly endorse you, pick one mastermind that you think in this moment of time is most important. For most of you it will be money and riches and prosperity. Some of you will be health, relationship, personal development. You can have different masterminds for different specific needs. But the goal, the secret that I'm going to share with you, you can only use one specific mastermind. Dus write on a piece of paper, mastermind, and then maybe if it's money, you say Mastermind Money, or Prosperity Mastermind, or Riches Mastermind, or Money Mastermind, or whatever mastermind. White piece of paper, write down on top Mastermind, and write 6 to 7 names of people you'd like to have in your mastermind. White paper, blue pen. Make sure it's white paper. The thing is, if you write it on yellow paper, the mind knows automatically it's not permanent. That's why in the Purity Manager we write on yellow paper because we already know it's not permanent. White paper, the mind knows that it's permanent, means it's more creative. So write those names down. Now you have your mastermind. You can pause me anytime and then continue writing. You write down your mastermind. Good. Thank you for doing that. That's the first step of creating your mastermind, because you're already creating the names, is already creating strong neural pathways when you write cursive. Of course, when you're spelling the names, you're creating a spell and cast over you. Words are spells. Cursive is putting curse over you. But now you're putting a positive curse over you. And blue is resonating with your inner blue being that you are. More about that later. Now you have your names on your paper. As the Higgs talk about 68 seconds of focus your intention. And focusing your attention on a subject, you activate the vibration of the subject within you, and immediately the law of attraction begins to respond to that activation. It becomes the dominant thought into the field. But the thing is, a lot of people take that 68 seconds too seriously. But as Higgs really said, how long can you feel good right now? Dus the number one practice I highly endorse you is to practice every day, maybe 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 7 seconds, 8, 12, 17. You make your rules so you can win. You make the rules so you always win. Let's say 7 seconds, you're going to focus on feel good now. I want you to smile on your face, smiley eyes, cheer, feel smiley all over. Feel good now. And for every day, you're going to practice to extend the feel good now factor within you. And when you hit 70 seconds, that is the sweet spot. And then you can start doing your mastermind. Ultimately, you go to 68 seconds to feel good now, or even longer. Of course, 70 seconds equal to 2,000 hours, and 68 is almost 20,000 hours. So you're really expanding the intention muscle. But you have to feel good now. It's very important. Because before you're going to focus on any of those persons or beings, because it could be a character, could be a cartoon, could be a crystal stone, could be a being, a consciousness, a star, a planet. Everything has consciousness. You can choose whoever you want in your mastermind. Whatever you imagine allows you to put in your mastermind, you can put in there. There's no limitations. Your mind is limitless. That's why it lives outside of the body, not inside of you. Your body has certain limitations, but your brain has certain limitations. But your mind is never ending, expanding energy. It never dies. You never die energetically. So you have all the names. You practice every day to extend your feel good now. Ultimately to 70 seconds. And then you can start focusing on your mastermind. I give you some other tips. Always when you do your mastermind, clear your mind. My favorite one is to breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Just try it. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Go back, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. You do it 3 times. You grab all the mind energy that is like a light bulb that goes everywhere. You say, no, no, no. Laser focus, put all the energy in my heart. I am the universe, universe is me. Or you can use this finger, armpit, right finger, center of your chest, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. And do the breathing at your own time and pace. Go slow. I did a little bit faster, but go slow. How slow you go, how deeper you go. Are great techniques to clear the mind. And here is the true magic. You have done clear your mind. You find a comfortable place where you would not be disturbed. You can just sit, meditate, sit down. Maybe you want to lay down. Maybe you put a light on. Maybe your favorite music. Maybe your favorite essential oil that fills the room. Maybe you have pictures of your mastermind with you. And you're comfortable. You're in a good place where you feel really good. If you don't feel good, do some tapping, EFT, Mary Miller, clear the BS out of it before you go in your mastermind. Instead of focusing and imagining in your boardroom, in imaginary mind, in your boardroom or wherever place you create where all you people come together, I want you to focus on the number 1 of your list for at least 24 or 34 days. Because every day you sit for a minute or 2, preferably when you wake up and when you go to bed, on that one person on your mastermind only. Why? Because concentration. Because every day you start focusing on that person. Number 1 person. Let's say number 1 is Cafferdo. You're going to focus on Cafferdo for 28 to 34 days. Every day you're going to meditate on connecting with the mind of Cafferdo. Or tapping into the mind field or the energy field of the mind of Cafferdo. You do that for 28 days. And you can amplify it by holding a picture. Another technique you can do that works really well, for example, you write the name of the person in your mastermind. Don't have all 6 names in your mastermind. The purpose is singleness of purpose. Only one person of your mastermind you're going to focus on for the 28 days to 34 days. You fold it like this, put it in your hand, close it, put it in your heart, and then you say, I take this role and become this person. I take this role and become this person. I take this role and become this person. Say it slowly 3 times. Keep your eye closed. Just meditate it. And let that role play, act as if that you become the person. So I take this role and I become this person. And then you can keep notes in your pocket all day. And that is a way to meditate. So you can look at the picture, you can have the name, say, I take this role and become this person, or look at the picture and just look at it in the eyes, the soul of the eye. Maybe look at the left eye 1 time and the right eye, because different entries of the soul. Both eyes could be a great way to tap into that person. This can be, then in your mind, imagine it can be anywhere. You only focus on 1 person. The number 1 on your mastermind for 28 days, constantly. The whole month, 1 person. Because that's where the most things happen. A lot of people say, oh, I'm just going to have 6 or 7 people. But you have not trained your mind to lock into 1 mind. You have to train that monkey. Because most of you, you are a servant to your mind instead of your mind serves you. That's why you have to feel good first, as long as you can, to 6-8 seconds, build it up every day. When you're reaching that pinnacle feeling good, then you start focus on that number 1 person on your mastermind for 28 to 34 days. You can amplify it by reading their books, reading autobiography, reading biography, listening and watching them in that month can really amplify the mind. And when you read a book of that person, say, I am this authority, I am the author of this book. Claim it. You're commanding the energy essence of the book. You can also hold the book on your heart and say, I take all this answers of this book into my beingness now. And because books are energy vibration. Dus every month, you take one person of your mastermind for a whole month. When completed, you go to the second name of the list. Second month, third month, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh month. When you have completed those 6 or 7 months, you have done all the people on your list. And then the 6th or 7th month, you bring them all together into your imaginary mastermind. Within this journey, in the 6 or 7 months, you may be thinking ego, things starts to talking in you, you're getting insight, you maybe go cuckoo, just be at calm, be at ease. It means that mind starts communicating or talking with you, maybe even arguing with you, or giving suggestions what is not working for you or what is working for you. But just enjoy the glory of the ride, enjoy the journey. It's an amazing journey to connect in the mind, because when you have access every month, you have access to a different mind of your mastermind that you want to create. You can tap into wisdom, knowledge that's not accessible for me, from the internet, anywhere, in any book. It's exclusively for you. Especially in the 6th, 7th month, when you bring all those minds together, when you start meditating, and maybe you have a note with all the names in it, and you bring all those people in your mastermind as collectively, you will soar so high. And maybe it will frighten you at first, which whatever you desire will come to fruition so quickly, because it's just at your mental fingertips, like poof, like that. Extremely powerful, simple exercise, 5 minutes to learn, lifetime to master. And you'll notice some minds are easier than others, which you have to have. It's like you're falling in love, you're dating, you're making love, you're hugging, you're kissing, you're embracing it. It's like you're having a date with that energetic being, or living and not living. You're having a magnificent obsession. You talk about it, you think about it 24/7 days a week, and it's just in your field 24 hours a week. It's where the magic really happens. Of course, in those 28 to 34 days is where you really cultivating the connection. You have to understand, every time you do that, every day, every morning, every night, you create new neural pathways. Every new neural pathway is an antenna, a broadcasting amplifier. And in those 28 to 30 days, you have many, many antennas that are broadcasting, transmitting, and connecting with that mind. Keep in mind, harmony also asks what you can do for them. If they have certain messages that they ask you to broadcast to the world, see if it is resonating with you to broadcast to the world. But you have, the coming 6 months, when you do this exercise, will be profound experience. Answers that you are looking for certain specific things, poof, 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 come to you so rapidly and easily. Last and not least, within every month you have a different mind you're locked into. And in the 6th, 7th month you bring all the minds together. You maybe find out that the mind you lock into is not really connecting well with you. Maybe there was not a mind that was working with you. So if you see within the first 28 days there's not much happening with that mind that you're tapping into, pick a different mind with the same interest or field. Because maybe there was not the mind that you realized was alignment with you. You can also do muscle testing, see which minds are better to tap into. Because this is really a way for you to get more riches, prosperity, wealth, health, happiness, bliss, nirvana into your life. Maybe writing your first bestseller, or creating your own business, or starting dreaming bigger dreams, or getting answers on things you have been pounding thinking about for a long time and it's just blank. This is a way for you to tap into the bigger you. And then that minds that you tap into are really the gift. You will see throughout the day, within the coming 6 months, things poof, 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 poof. You get a challenge issue, poof, solved instantly. And you have those mind helpers, because the mind becomes your servant, are at your service 24 hours 7 this week. Need to do whatever needs to be done. And you'll see whatever you desire becomes easily and effortlessly. I say to all of you, have fun in this process. Every day and every way, tap into a new mind. And remember, step 1, practice feel good now. Go as long as you can, 70 seconds, sweet spot, ultimately super sweet spot 6 to 8. That's step 1. Then you focus on one mind for 28 to 34 days for the first month. Then you do that every month, a different mind. In month 6, 7, you combine them together. But in that journey, you will see magic happen. I know for sure, with all those nuggets I share with you, you will never be the same again. Have a blessed day wherever you are. Remember, you're bigger, you're bolder, you're more than you can ever imagine. At the essence, you are all-knowing, all-loving, all-light. I say to all of you, namaste, have a great day, and I'm delighted and excited to hear in the comments below what you get out of this amazing journey of the Mastermind. Love you all, namaste.